Okay, so we're doing some more head and face and neck tattoos, I think, today. Maybe some hand tattoos might have snuck their way in here. I kind of put these things all together because they're job stoppers, in quotes, which is not really true anymore. Unless you're in a very, I mean, we're in a very conservative area here. So I don't know. It hasn't really ever slowed me down, but
right.
I think if we closed this place tomorrow, I would be able to find work the same day. So I guess it just depends on how hard you're looking. Especially, I remember like having kids come in the kitchen towards the end, and it was like if they had a pulse, you were impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was really hard to find anyone that was even
willing to do hard work.
Yeah, willing or capable. Like I remember having to tell one kid he could breathe and put bread in a toaster at the same time. And yeah, his feelings were so hurt by that. It was just like, Jesus, man, you're not gonna make it. And that was like 7 or 8 years ago. It's only gotten worse since then.
Right.
So like, I can only imagine what the sludge that's walking in and off the road to work in those kinds of jobs these days. But I can guarantee you that having a nicely done head tattoo would not be a deal breaker. In fact, it would probably inspire a little confidence in the person.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, look at that. You know how to suffer a little bit. You know, you'll be fine. Because all a tattoo says to me is that you have money and you have patience, typically. At least a little bit of patience, although these days not as much. And I wanted to preface, because I had done a review over the last little while here that pissed off someone that sent in the tattoos. They wrote a huge fucking bullwinder trying to defend their tattoos, and I'm just not interested. I just don't care. Don't send them. Like you're looking at someone who's had more criticism about his work than anyone that's probably ever lived. I get critique from buffoons every single day, and that's the point of this show. That was the whole irony of Remy Reacts was. Oh, they talk shit about me all the time, so now I get to give it back, right? At least mine is constructive and built on a point. Usually people just dump insults in my comment sections, right? So if you're sending these in here, please be sending them in here to actually hear feedback. I'm not just going to pat you on the head and jerk you off.
Good tattoo, good job.
I'm not here to give you a hand job and make you feel nice. That's not what I'm here for. You can go pay an escort down the road to do that for you. There's probably someone out on the road that would be happy to take your money for that. I'm not interested in handing out any of that.
So this says, love the channel, watch all the videos. Here's the progress on my head sleeve. I started losing my hair, so I decided to shave it and get it tattooed.
That's the way to go. You know what? I did that preemptively. I don't think I'm going to lose my hair. My father, he died at 54, 55 years old, and he had a full head of hair, and he didn't even go gray. And I want gray. I like the look of gray hair, but I don't think I'm going to have that problem. But I did my dome because I had the sides of my head tattooed.
And he looked like he had a cul-de-sac.
It was like the George Costanza, and I just didn't want that look. It was like, I don't want to, if I go bald, have that problem.
Cul-de-sac of tattoos.
So it was actually one of the last things that I did in my entire first bodysuit. And so I think that, I think that bald is a good look anyway. Like I'm always tempted to go bald. It's just the in-between that drives me crazy. Like right now I've got crazy fucking hair and I can't stand it, so I'm hiding in hats. Anyway, the Grim Reaper is really fucking cool. I like the blue hand. It's a really cool touch. You know, it's traditional trad style shading here. And of course, blue is used as highlights, right? So blue ink and purple, I've talked about this quite often. They were used as like almost like black and gray shading, right? Like your purple would be your midtone, and then your highlight would be your light blue. And I think that blue in general, like these are better blues, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, these blues wouldn't have been that good. They just would have been more subtle.
Yeah, I mean, light blue sucks still.
Yeah, light blue sucks, but they get a really nice fade off the forehead of the Grim Reaper here. And the nice yellow shading off the cheekbones and over the eyes is really cool too, like below the chin there. Yeah, I mean, like with the Grim Reaper, it's like, it's been done a million times. It's really hard to do it new, but I think that this is quite original. Like I haven't seen this Reaper before, believe it or not. I don't know. It's doesn't look like it's a one-to-one classic trad tattoo, but I could be mistaken. I also like the highlight with the blood red on the nails.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
really cool.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I always like Reapers. I've had several Reapers myself. I don't have any currently,
I have one.
but they're
He's not this cool, but he's cool.
I think he's cool. I think he's that cool. He's just a different style, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I always like Grim Reapers. So let's see what else. Yeah, like a zombie skull with a pistol.
What is with green skulls?
Green skulls are
I got
a
a
thing.
green skull. So strange.
I was just saying to your client the other day, he was looking for color. Like, well, you can go green.
Yeah, your green skull.
You can do a green skull. But when you do green skull, it has more of like a horror vibe.
I like this guy. I like the pistol foreshortening. Like the maddened look in the skull.
Yeah, it gets depth somehow. I'm not exactly sure how, but I do see the depth of this tattoo. Somehow the skull is behind the pistol, and that seems confusing because it's not like anything is really done to achieve that. You know, you just understand. I think because of the facing of the pistol, right? Like it's not like they have shadowing here. It's just you get the implied depth somehow, and I really like the barbed wire framing. Obviously, I have some thorns on my head that frame a similar way. But I just, my only thing with this is I hate all of the negative spaces in between everything. So I mean, you're gonna have to do some kind of like dots and stars, but I would almost say you could do just a full color background like up there. I think it would be cooler than having the negative space, especially where everything is so densely colored. I think having like a blue or yellow or something as a backdrop would be really cool. Just make, and like solid, like couple passes, you know. Don't go wishy-washy with it. Really punch it in there, and then I think it will really lift all of these black outlines more than the negative space is doing, personally. But I'm an enemy of negative space, so. And then we have the other side. It's like a little hook ghost phantom thing. I feel like this thing has a name, but I'm just not getting it. It could just be a random phantom, though. Like, do you know what this is? Look how cool that red background is.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
a little
know,
patchy,
phantom
but-
or like an executioner.
Yeah, the red could be solided up a bit. This is where I always think that, like, I think the more time has gone on, because I had a lot of like normal red in my bodysuit first time, and like I look back at it, and it looks too candy to me. Like red can be really, really like candy red, and I really like the darker base that the black gives my red now. I don't think, and it's not just because I'm the color on black guy, I don't think I would trade the deeper red that I have now for the candy red again, because it's just, it is a
really
lot
red.
brighter.
Yep.
It's just, it almost doesn't have that same kind of velvety smoothness to it.
As he's wearing the candy red shirt.
Yeah, well, I like to accessorize it, right? But I don't know. I think I was always like my tattoos, because I had bright red on my head too.
Yeah, you
Right.
you always said that your bright red roses were too bright.
They
for
were
you.
too bright, and
Yeah.
like the minute I got the old bright red roses on my head, I was like, they're just too bright. They're too front and center to be that bright. So I probably have a similar feeling with this, but I guess it's not front facing. You don't see it as much. So
I
it might-
like the skin rip effect and everything's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. Obviously, you can't punch that red out farther because then you'd lose that. But yeah, I think I like all of these. I probably like the Grim Reaper the most. Let's move on to the next one.
So this one says, "Hey Remy and Sarah, longtime viewer here. I remember when you had the 3 skull chest piece. I don't want a full head sleeve.
Just
I
gets that
want
out of the way right away.
right. I want the tattoos to be kind of separate. I like how it is now. I'm still working on my soup. I'm probably 50% covered. No mud, no lotus is a Zen saying about without the bad parts of your life, you wouldn't be who you are today. I like that. Cheers from San Diego.
Thank you for the explanation, because
Yeah.
I probably would have understood, but now it's, yeah, I get you. You don't want a full head tattoo, and this is obviously ignorant placement, right?
It's just you put it where it fit.
Just put it, this would drive me up the fucking wall, as I'm sure this guy already knows, because I'm far too symmetrical, right? Everything about me in every version of my bodysuit is always like symmetry focused. There's never going to be a time when I would just slap something randomly somewhere.
Nope.
But like it is very straight and very clear. And like I think that the script is a little light. It almost looks like it was done, like it doesn't look very black for how fresh it is.
I do kind of think it might be a bit of the lighting in the photo.
Yeah, it could
too,
be the dullness of it.
but hard to say. I think it's probably solid. I think it's hard to tattoo a head.
Oh,
I've
sure,
never
of course
tattooed
it
a
is.
head, but I bet you it's hard.
Literally everyone complains about tattooing heads.
Yeah, you probably can feel all those little hairs. all the
The
little
paper
pores.
towel will shred, and it's
Yeah.
really hard to find for wiping the way that the head like the
grain.
hair grows.
Yeah.
Right, you're always going different directions, and it's very like different tissue. But anyway, I think it was a bold choice to make the script so big. Bold choice, ironically, to make the script so big and go so
Dainty.
dainty.
Yeah.
Like it's not bold script, but it's
Nope.
bold.
Yeah.
Right? It's very ironic. I don't know what this other thing on his head is. I have no idea what that is.
Crow.
A crow. Okay, well, I would say get in there and line that a little bit. That's very hard to see.
Yeah,
but it could be some glare on the screen
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or some more darks in there. It's really hard to see what that crow is. There we can see this is a crow. So we
Another
got more
crow.
than one crow.
Yeah.
This one is fresh though, so it would be obviously easier to read now. It's probably going to soften up quite a bit itself.
I like that you're just shaving enough of head to do the tattoo.
Well, at least he doesn't have very long hair, so it's not
Right.
going to take long for it to even out. But yeah, I would just shave the whole fucking thing.
Right.
Like I would whenever I get a head tattoo, I get clean shave. Obviously, when I have the center, I just shave the full sides. But it just so you don't end up looking like that. But
This is so funny.
and then we did it again on top.
Yeah, I like this. I think it's
Very soft.
it's I don't know how long this is gonna last. Just judging by like Rem's soft black and gray.
Oh, I mean, mine was harder than this too.
Yeah,
But
like,
you can see the still here. The script there is like,
almost gone.
I
as
always
well.
say head tattoos, you should always go darker than you'd like them to end up because they lighten up. So I literally just said this to Terry and Ashland because Ashland's been tattooing his head.
And Terry wants to stay light, and Ash wants to go darker.
It should be way darker. Like it's not even close. And the same thing here. Like this is none of the darks are dark enough. It's like I like the little design here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little tattoo.
just-
I just worry about it staying.
It's all very soft, and the same thing for line weights and stuff. Now, obviously, you can't get much thicker lines in such a tight grouping here, or else it'll all be it'll just be lines. It's
Yeah,
already crispy enough.
It's fine line, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's not,
just this is probably the desired result is to have it be very washy. But yeah, for heads, it's really better, especially because like people aren't going to be looking at your head very often. They're not going to be able to see it very clearly, especially with any amount of hair growth. But I mean, if you like this look, it's cool. It's just I would go bolder than this normally on a head. So then I think this is it's just some other shots. He's got a couple crows here. Eh? This is what 3 crows, and that's as I said, healed. It's quite a bit softer. But I like that he included the healed for that.